This is Rose from Patient Therapies, and I am starting a nutrition challenge. It's called 12 Diets in 12 Months. What I plan to do is to help people understand some of the most common ways that people eat and some of the most common ways people are kind of snookered into thinking they're going to lose weight if they follow a certain diet or have some kind of amazing health benefit if they follow a certain diet. So every month, I am going to pick a new kind of diet. So as you can see, I'm going to do Vegetarian Month for March. The reason I'm choosing Vegetarian Month is that being a vegetarian is more popular than ever. It really gained momentum in the 70s. We had Moosewood restaurant open up, and that really got a lot of attention because of the culinary possibilities that they brought to the kitchen table. Now, I was a vegetarian for several years shortly after we were married. My husband and I were at a bookstore and I picked up a book called May All Be Fed by John Robbins. And that opened up my awareness to the treatment of animals and the use of resources that was required for production of meat and dairy. And that was my first exposure to it, and it had a powerful impact on me. I had already been fascinated by the fact that there was vegetarian diets all over the world. I'd learned about that in nursing school. How, we have to understand that different people approach food in different ways. And actually, in nursing school, they said, and these people on vegetarian diets, millions of them around the world, and they're all fine. And I thought, now you're going to go and teach me about the four food groups again? I don't think so. We're missing a whole piece of information. So that's what that book did for me. And so, John Robbins, I am forever grateful to you. Now, as my husband and I went on in life, we had children, and I really feel that what you put into your mouth is your choice. It's not something that anyone should impose on you. You should be able to decide what goes into your body. So, I did not raise my kids as vegetarian, but I introduced them to that concept. And the big bonus here is that they got to experience Brussels sprouts and sweet potatoes and couscous and squash. And all their friends were eating white bread with peanut butter. We even had a little boy come over on a play date, and he didn't eat the sandwich because the bread was brown and he thought something was wrong with it. Now, that's kind of funny, but that's how life is. When people are faced with something they don't understand, the first thing they're going to do is resist it. And let me tell you, when I was a vegetarian and my family realized that I was serious, they just were relentless. My mom would give me trays that would thaw meat for me before I made it for dinner. And she would give me for Christmas gifts like a fork, one of those big meat forks that you use to hold the turkey in place while you slice it. So they were in complete denial and so upset that I had decided this. But the real thing was that they didn't want to understand it. They just knew it was different and it wasn't how they raised me. So they were feeling personally offended for my own choice, which there's nothing I can do about that. I mean, we're all responsible for our own choices, and you can't stop what people think, and you can't stop how they're going to behave. So you just do what you need to do, and you move on, and you love them for who they are. So I'm sure they were relieved when they finally saw me feeding meat to my children. But in the end, now I have 3 adult children. 2 of them are vegetarian and the other one is a meat eater, but he recognizes that vegetarianism is a smart choice for our planet. So I did my job. I let them choose, and ultimately they get to decide what goes into their mouths too. So back to my plan here. One of my main points in this 12 diets in 12 months is that There are a number of ways you can eat and be healthy. So let's figure out what these diets have to offer. Let's figure out what the pitfalls are, what the benefits are. Are there truly nutritional deficiencies? And I plan to share all of that with you. I am excited to do this. I have been already eating vegetarian for 2.5 weeks. And clearly for me, it's a no-brainer because I've done this before. But I recognize that some of these things you need to do in order to get comfortable with the new dietary choices really require some extra learning. So I have created a YouTube series called Nutrition Tips. And in these videos, I address things as simple as how to chop up an onion. What do you do with a sweet potato? Look at this pineapple. What do I do with it? And no, it's good for me, but what do I do with it? And even garlic, most people think, oh, you just buy crushed garlic in a jar. Oh, there's so many issues with that. You always want to have fresh, natural food as much as possible. So that is what I'm doing with my nutrition tip videos. If there is a certain thing that you would like me to cover as a nutrition tip, a quick kitchen lesson, then I will be glad to do it for you. Moving on. So 12 diets, 12 months. I'm exploring diets. I'm going to give you the highs, the lows, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm also going to share with you what I feel you need to do as far as supplementing your diet with nutrients. I am going to share with you my 10 favorite recipes. And then I am also going to run a 5K every month. So I am staying healthy, I'm exercising, and I'm driving nutrition to my cells. Now, what other diets am I thinking about exploring? Well, on the game plan is vegan, raw food, but I'm not going to stay in the vegetarian spectrum. Keto, Atkins, maybe the zone diet, maybe the Southwest diet, South Beach diet, the Gap diet. There are so many options. There's a couple I definitely am going to do, and I am definitely going to do vegan month, and maybe next month because I'm already kind of halfway there with vegetarian month. All right, so that's what this whole challenge is about, and I'm excited to share it all with you. So join me. I'm going to be video blogging, vlogging. I'm blogging on my website, patienttherapies.com, and I'm on Facebook. Just search 12 diets in 12 months. Every day I put up a new post. I also have a health coach group on my Facebook site as well. So I have lots of different ways you can contact me and follow my story, follow this challenge. And I would love it if you would join me. So, as always, be kind to yourself, and I'll see you soon.